Why Americans can't have nice things. Whenever social media gets people talking about life in other countries, Americans often have a rude awakening. We look at places like Sweden with its universal health care, generous paid leave, and strong social safety nets, and we have to ask ourselves, wait, why don't we have that here? Why isn't America as free or as beneficial to the average citizen as we claim to be? Why do we still have to go into debt just to visit the doctor? Why was marijuana totally illegal everywhere for so long? Why do we need state permission slips, marriage certificates, just to tie the knot? And seriously, why do restaurant workers still have to rely on the generosity of strangers' tips just to pay their rent? If you dig into the history books, you'll find a surprising and uncomfortable common denominator: racism. The ultimate self-own. It sounds crazy, but a lot of white Americans historically, and even today, have voted against their own economic interests. Driven by a desire to keep a racial hierarchy in place, or just out of a fear of losing cultural dominance, folks often fall victim to the ultimate self-own. They are literally willing to cut off their nose to spite their face. People will accept suffering, financial stress, and a lack of resources for their own families, just as long as those benefits don't go to Black Americans too. There's actually a famous historical example of this. Back in the 1950s and 60s, a lot of towns across the U.S. had massive, beautiful, taxpayer-funded public swimming pools. But when integration happened, and courts said Black families were allowed to swim in them too, many towns decided to drain the water, fill the pools with concrete, and shut them down entirely. Because the government could no longer say, "This is for white people only," the attitude became, if Black people get to use it, then nobody gets to use it. That drained pool mindset is exactly why we don't have universal health care today. In the end, it's a tragedy for everyone. When a system is obsessed with making sure marginalized groups don't get a leg up, the whole country gets held back. We all end up swimming in a drained pool.